Good morning, students. We will continue the topic chemistry of proteins, and today's subtopic is peptide bond formation and biologically important peptides. As you all of us know, peptide bond is formed in protein between two amino acid. So in this case, the carboxyl group of previous amino acid and NH2 group of immediate next amino acid involves in this peptide bond formation, and this peptide bond is formed by dehydration, that is removal of water molecule. So this water molecule is formed by taking OH group from carboxyl group and hydrogen atom from amino group, and these two groups combines to form CONH bond, which is called as peptide bond. It is a covalent type of bond. Now we will study some characteristic features of peptide bond. First, it is transplanar. Transplanar means if one group is present on one side, then other group is present on another side. For example, it is shown here, oxygen of CONH group is present on one side and hydrogen atom of CONH group is present on another side. So it is also called as partial double bond because its bond length is 1.32 Armstrong, which is more than double bond and less than single bond. This bond is rigid and it shows limited rotation of groups around the bond. This peptide bond is uncharged, but it is polar. So this is a polypeptide chain made up of amino acid, and the various side groups are shown by denoting R. These side chains are free to rotate on either side of the peptide bond. This angle of rotation is called as Ramachandran angles. Now we will study peptides. When two or more amino acids join together by peptide bond, then it forms a peptide. Examples: dipeptide, it is made up of two amino acid; tripeptide, made up of three amino acid; oligopeptide, made up of 2 to 9 amino acids; and polypeptide, made up of 10 or more amino acids. Here the word dipeptide, tripeptide, it is a misnomer term. Dipeptide means it is made up of two amino acid, but it has only one peptide bond. Each peptide has two ends, N terminal and C terminal. N terminal is that end of peptide where NH2 group is free, and C terminal is that end of peptide where carboxyl group is free. Now we will see some biologically important peptides. First and most important biologically important peptide is glutathione. It is a tripeptide and it is made up of three amino acids: glutamic acid, cysteine and glycine. It acts as an antioxidant, that means it removes the free radicals or reactive oxygen species from the body. Here I have shown one example, hydrogen peroxide. It is a reactive oxygen species which is formed in the cell and it is toxic for the cell. Now reduced glutathione donate two hydrogen atoms to this hydrogen peroxide and convert this hydrogen peroxide into water molecule. So in this process, reduced glutathione is oxidized. Later on it is reduced by another enzyme called as glutathione reductase with the help of hydrogen atom from NADPH. So in this process, if you see, hydrogen peroxide is converted into non-toxic water molecule by glutathione. Therefore it is called as antioxidant. Next biologically important peptide is a thyrotropin releasing hormone or TRH. It is also a tripeptide. It is synthesized by hypothalamus It acts on pituitary gland and releases TSH by acting on anterior pituitary gland. This TSH later on acts on thyroid gland to secrete thyroid hormones. Next is oxytocin. It is a nanopeptide made up of 9 amino acids. This oxytocin stimulates the constant contraction of smooth muscles of uterus and breast during labor and ejection of milk respectively. Now this oxytocin helps in parturition by stimulating the contraction of muscles of uterus, that is delivery of baby. It also helps in milk ejection during lactation. Next is vasopressin. It is also called as antidiuretic hormone. It is synthesized by hypothalamus and stored in the posterior pituitary gland. It is a nanopeptide where it is released by posterior pituitary gland. As the name suggests, it causes vasoconstriction. Vaso means blood vessels and constriction means narrowing of the lumens of the blood vessels. So it acts on small blood vessels and causes decrease in the diameter of these blood vessels. Therefore, it increases the blood pressure. It also acts on distal convoluted tubules and collecting duct, where it increases the absorption of water from these tubules. Therefore, it decreases the urine formation and hence it is also called as antidiuretic hormone. Next biologically important peptide is bradykinin. It is a nanopeptide. Its actions are opposite to vasopressin. It is a vasodilator and thus it decreases the blood pressure. Vasodilator means it dilates the blood vessel. When the blood vessel dilates, the blood pressure decreases. Last is enkephalins. They are pentapeptides made up of 5 amino acids. They binds with opiate receptors in the brain and reduces the pain. You may know that when you got injury, suddenly you got pain, but after some time of injury, slowly the severity of the pain decreases. Why this happens? Because these enkephalins are synthesized whenever we are having injury. Now these enkephalins then binds with the opiate receptors. The function of opiate receptors in the brain is to receive or to perceive the pain sensations which are coming from the periphery through the nerves. But when these enkephalins binds with these opiate receptors, the pain sensations are not received by these opiate receptors and our pain sensitivity decreases. Therefore, our pain reduces. Few more peptides are there. Next is ACTH, adrenocorticotropic hormones. It is synthesized by anterior pituitary gland. It acts on adrenal cortex or cortex of the adrenal gland and releases the hormone cortisol from it. Next is beta melanocyte stimulating hormone. It is also synthesized by pituitary gland. It acts on melanocytes which are present in the skin and stimulate them to synthesize a black color pigment called melanin, which is present in our skin. Next is angiotensin. It is synthesized from angiotensin 1. It causes vasoconstriction and increases the blood pressure. This completes our today's topic. Thank you very much.